Welcome back to Architutors. In this ComfyUI tutorial for absolute beginners, where we'll build a workflow for an AI interior design scene render and also try some architecture rendering, we'll explore the basics of image generation and how to establish a simple workflow. As we showed in earlier tutorials, ComfyUI is a consistent, free AI tool that you can also run directly on the web to achieve exhilarating outputs. No subscriptions, no hidden costs, just a flexible platform for architects, interior designers, and creatives. To get started, head to Launch Cloud ComfyUI if you're someone like me who doesn't have a mega system to run ComfyUI locally. Sign up with any email. Once you're in, click the Launch Cloud option, and you're ready to go. What opens up is a visual canvas, very similar to Grasshopper, where you can build workflows step by step. On the left, you'll find menus to save, open, or export files.
You'll also find a model library where you can explore different models for your projects. Don't worry, I'll walk you through exactly how they work, step by step. There's also a Templates tab, which gives you access to pre-saved workflows. These are ready-made setups you can run instantly, and you can tweak the inputs to get different results. It's a great way to experiment quickly without starting from scratch. But today, we're going to create our own workflow for image generation and experiment with different inputs. Once you've built it, you can reuse the same workflow endlessly. Just swap the inputs and you'll get fresh results every time. Think of it as your personal design template that never gets old.
Okay, first, double-click on the canvas and type Ksampler. Click on the result and drag the Ksampler component onto the canvas to insert it. This is the core node that actually generates images. It takes your model, your text prompt, and your settings, then denoises random noise step by step into a finished picture. In short, Ksampler transforms noise into art. Think of Ksampler as the heart of your workflow. Once you understand how it connects to other nodes, you'll be able to build powerful image generation pipelines with ease. Next, let's add an empty latent image component. Just double-click on the canvas, type empty latent image, and drag it in. This node connects directly to the Ksampler input. It defines the starting canvas for your render, essentially the dimensions of the image that will be produced. Here, you can edit the width and height values to set the size of your final render. Think of it as choosing the frame for your artwork. Whether you want a wide cinematic shot or a compact square, this node controls the resolution and proportions of your output. Next, let's add the Load Diffusion Model component. Double-click on the canvas, type Load Diffusion Model, and drag it in. This node is where you bring in the actual AI model that will generate your images. If Ksampler is the engine that runs the process, then Load Diffusion Model is the blueprint or brain it uses to understand your prompts. Click on the model options and you'll see a library of available models. You can search and choose different ones depending on your project.
For this tutorial, we'll be using the Qwen model. It's one of the best for image generation and especially effective for interior renders. Simply search for Qwen, click Use, and the model will be inserted into your workflow. Now your Ksampler has a brain to work with, and together they'll transform your prompts into finished images. Next, let's add the Load LoRA component. Double-click on the canvas, type Load LoRA, and drag it in. LoRA stands for Low Rank Adaptation, and this node lets you change the model's behavior to add specific styles, characters, or concepts without replacing the entire model. Think of it as a style filter that customizes your base model. Here again, we'll set the model to Qwen, the same one we're using in our diffusion model. This keeps everything consistent. Once added, you can feed the diffusion model output into the LoRA node. That way, your workflow combines the power of the base model with the stylistic tweaks from LoRA, giving you more control over the final look of your renders. Now, let's feed everything into the Ksampler. At this point, we already have the latent image and model inputs connected. The next piece we need is conditioning. For this, add the component Clip Text Encode. This is where we'll define our prompt later, the actual description of what we want to generate. To make Clip work, we also need to add the Load Clip component. This node is responsible for turning your text prompts into something the diffusion model can understand. Think of it as a translator. It converts your words into a format the AI can process. Here again, we'll set the type to Qwen image and use the Qwen model in Clip, keeping everything consistent across the workflow.
Once connected, your prompts will flow through Clip into the Diffusion model, giving Ksampler the guidance it needs to transform noise into a finished image. Next, let's add the Conditioning Zero Out component. Double-click on the canvas, type Conditioning Zero Out, and drag it in. This node is used to zero out the negative conditioning values, which helps stabilize the generation process and prevents unwanted bias in the output. Now, connect the conditioning output from Clip Text Encode into the Ksampler. With this step, Ksampler receives both the positive conditioning from your prompt and the cleaned-up negative conditioning, ensuring your image generation is balanced and accurate. Now we have all the inputs connected into Ksampler. The last step is to turn the model's internal latent image into a visible picture you can actually see. To do this, add the VAE Decode component.
Connected with the output from Ksampler, this is what transforms the hidden data into a real image. Next, add the Load VAE component. As with the other nodes, set the VAE to Qwen, keeping everything consistent across the workflow. Finally, add the Save Image component. This is where your generated image will be previewed, and from here you can export it locally to your computer. We can change the file name that it'll have. With these final nodes in place, your workflow is complete. Prompts flow into Clip, the model and LoRA shape the generation, Ksampler brings it to life, and VAE Decode plus Save Image deliver the finished render right to your screen. So now our workflow is fully set up. All that's left is to define a prompt. For this example, I'll use a prompt for an interior kitchen design, but you can experiment with any idea you like for image generation. Before we actually run the workflow, let's adjust a few important values in Ksampler.
Number of steps. More steps mean the image will take longer to generate, but the quality will be higher. Fewer steps are faster, but the results may look less refined. CFG. Set this to 1.0. This controls how strongly the model follows your prompt. Scheduler. Change this to Beta 57, which helps balance speed and quality during the denoising process. With these settings in place, your workflow is ready to run. Just hit execute, and ComfyUI will transform your prompt into a finished render. And now we can click on Run. You'll notice how the information flows through the nodes, and within just a few seconds, our image is generated, exactly as we described. Honestly, it's amazing to see. You can right-click on the image to save it locally. Let's try another example, a living room render. I'll change the prompt and also adjust the image size. The result looks incredibly realistic.
The lighting is a bit messy, but remember, AI is still learning and it keeps improving. Everything else looks fantastic. Now, let's experiment with something more ambitious, a futuristic skyscraper design. Here, I'll increase the number of steps to get higher quality renders. Click Run again, and the output is remarkable. So that's how we can build a workflow for image generation in ComfyUI. Simple, flexible, and endlessly customizable. You can manipulate it to get different results, and all your outputs are automatically saved into the Assets section on the left. You can also save your workflow file in the cloud or export it locally to reopen later. Just save the file with any name you like, and all your workflows can be accessed through the Workflow tab. This is how you can experiment with image generation in ComfyUI with ease. Make sure to subscribe to Architutors for more upcoming tutorials on ComfyUI and parametric design. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.